You go into Walmart and you see a lot of inexpensive watches. But we're going to do a deep dive into their website, Walmart website. And if you think you've seen inexpensive watch options in their store, you ain't seen nothing yet. Mm-mm. Okay, this is my first visit here. I have never done this before, but we're just going to cruise through here. That one's $39. I've seen this watch before in other places. It looks to be a pretty nice, masculino watch. It's not really a dive style watch. It's kind of a dive style inspired dress watch. It's kind of a crossover watch. This, for $18.99, that is, if you want those big hunky watches, that might not be so bad for you. That one, just for fun, let's pop this one open and see if we can get more on it. Let's see here. We can go. Interesting that the person has. I don't think that's really a tattoo. This is a monster. It's a monster pig. Not something I would get, but we're just deep diving here. Now that's a Timex watch, and the problem with Timex? Right there, that's the problem with the Timexes. They're overpriced, in my opinion. I hate to say that. Okay, now as deals go, Casio's a great deal, but come on, $56 for that? I can get a Scheme for like 10 or 12. Here's that, an unbranded watch for 10. A very basic Timex for 36. This is quite kind of a fancy. It's out of stock though. Okay, what is this? That's a Casio, pretty, for $16.88, okay. You want the Illuminator? Great, from Casio, there you go. A G-Shock for $78. I don't get that. Just because they have a funky, hunky case and a weird, funky dial doesn't mean they're worth $78 to me. Now, I'm probably being overly critical, and I need to be careful that I'm not negative on some of these watches here. Now, just for fun, let's see what happens if I add inexpensive to the search. Because I want cheaper. I would like to go even cheaper. Okay. Well, they're not really doing it. Well, see, now there's a watch there. It's a $9.98, George. I'm going to tell you, though, that a lot of times those things come across as cheap. When you actually buy them and you put them on your hand, you might not be real tickled. Even that one. It's going to be that super lightweight case. Now, this is interesting. An e-kit. I think that's fun. I mean, for $12, I don't own any like that, but I'm not against them. Now, here's a real player. That's a real watch. High-end Casio. I think that's a Duro. I could be wrong. Dive style sport watch, but that's not a cheap price on that watch, I'll tell you that. This is a Casio for $24, a little high on the price here. You can get them for less at AliExpress. See, I was wanting to find watches that were $1 or $2 or something like that, but I'm not seeing a lot. Invicta, that's pretty well-known, inexpensive watchmaker. Another Invicta for 74. I don't call 74 a cheap watch at all, though. Not at all. Rather in the Casio. I've seen a lot of iterations of this where it would be black with a readout, either LCD or LED. I haven't pushed the button on those because I'm really not too wild about rubber bands. Now this is actually, I have a friend that wears this all the time, and he just is gaga about the watch. He likes that it's easy to read, but it's not loom. You can go in this direction. Now, how those end up with men's watch search results? I would like to know the answer to that, please. Another kind of monster watch. It's fun that the more obviously ornate they are, usually the cheaper they are, unless you get a fancy name. That's a very credible watch. 1688. Casio. I'd say all in all, it's very, very hard to beat the value that you get with a Casio watch. I buy ski makers, they're cheaper, but Casio, very, very, you get a lot of watch for the money. Yeah, but you're gonna be paying 20 to 50 bucks. But see, 49, I mean, other manufacturers are making watches like that are 12 and 15. So there's your Invicta again, 92. I wouldn't even consider that. I mean, I wouldn't even not. Now is that not a funk-ass watch? To me, the only problem with this is I'm going to bet it's pretty doggone big on the wrist. And of course, with all that gobbledygook going on, it's kind of hard to read the watch. Wouldn't you agree? Case diameter's 41. You know, that's not to the tip of the stanchions. So you're looking at 43, 44, which is probably the largest watch I could wear. Fun watch. Let me just see if I can catch anything. Here's a Casio for $21.92. If you just want a plain stainless steel watch, I don't think you're gonna beat that as a deal. Here's another version of the Duro Casio waterproof watch, again in the 49 range. That's an Invicta. Okay. Lots of those versions of watches out there. Invicta kind of has a little bit more ornate approach to the market. Now, personally, I think that's a nice looking watch, but that's a lot of money for that style of watch. Let us take a look at this out of respect for Timex together, shall we? Okay, one question I have is that case metal? Or, okay. No, it's a plastic case. Okay, here's what they got. Yeah, it's a metal band. But my friends, that's a plastic case. A plastic case watch for $35.86? Are you serious? Serious? And that's just not a fair price point. And I got the same complaint with a lot of Casios too. Where the Scheme, same look watches, you're going to have a metal case. Does that make a difference? You bet. Those plastic cases scratch up easy. And when I say they scratch up easy, I mean easy. Is Fossil a deal? I don't know. See, you could take the attitude that all inexpensive watches are going to be unpleasing to some extent because they're either too gaudy or something. You know, so why not stay down at the $10 or $12 price point with, like, this watch here? This is my Scheme. I mean, does this not look like a pretty nice men's watch? It doesn't look cheap. It doesn't look junky. It has a real leather band, and it's not a bad leather band. So, I mean, I guess my point is, if you're gonna play the cheap watch game, look, you got the day and the date. Isn't that nice? But this is a beautiful watch. It really is. And you might be saying, oh, I want that watch. I want that watch. Help me find that watch. Okay. Let me hunt this up for you. I'll help you find this watch. So you go to AliExpress, okay? Like there, okay? And then, that ain't Copilot. I don't want that. I wanted AliExpress. That. Okay, and I'm going to come up, because it's in my cart. I have considered the idea of getting every single iteration of this watch they make, including the rose gold. But I'm just saying, for $8.34, you got a nice looking men's dress watch. You get over $10, it's free shipping. What do they call us? A 1991 Scheme 1991. But again, when you look at really the quality you get at this price point, and I think one of the mistakes that people make who make videos is they move over the watches too quickly. See, this is what happens if I go real slow. And it gives you a much, much better chance to really see what is this watch. Look at the case. It's quite nice. It's quite smooth. There is no hint this is a cheap watch, by the way. I'll tell you that. And I'm picky. But I'm just saying, so I bought several watches from Walmart, and I've been disappointed in each one. They came across to me as cheap, but I wasn't buying Casios. I was buying off brands or no brand. Thanks.